Hello, happy Tuesday. Welcome to Yin. My name is Julia. I am so excited to share this practice with you. Today in our Yin practice, we are going to be exploring the water element. So we're moving into that summer season. There's lots of heat, lots of transformation and doing. So really tapping into that water element, finding some cooling energy and our ability to be fluid, to move through whatever comes up. So for today's practice, you'll want to have a bolster and a set of blocks. If you don't have any props, it's all good. You could use a large book, a body pillow, a standard pillow, a couch cushion, just giving yourself whatever support will serve you in your practice and really leaning in and listening to your needs. Throughout the practice, I'll give you options. I will give you variations, different ways you can customize your practice in order to meet yourself where you are today. So take a moment, get comfortable, grab your props, a little water, and we'll prepare to explore the water element together. All right, so coming to a comfortable seat, whatever this looks like, you can sit yourself up on a bolster or a meditation pillow. If you're going to use a block, maybe have it on the lowest setting and put a blanket or a beach towel, just something to give yourself a little bit of padding. And as you begin to arrive, maybe find a little intuitive movement, just shifting left and right. Maybe you want to roll out the shoulders, or even take a few rounds of inhale the arms up and exhale, bringing the hands to heart center. Taking a moment to notice where your energy is today, to move with that energy. Easing yourself into your practice. Beautiful. Maybe you want to take a little gentle twist to the left. Maybe a gentle twist to the right. And then eventually bringing yourself to center, bringing the heart over the hips, the head over the heart. You can soften your hands, palms face down on the knees or thighs, or maybe you want to flip the palms up towards the sky. Option to join the pinky finger and thumb, finding Jala Mudra. Jala Mudra. So Jala Mudra is mudra for water. And maybe you want to place your mudra at any energy center that's calling you. And softening the gaze and closing down the eyes. Becoming aware of the breath flowing in through the nostrils. Let's go out through the mouth. H-ah. Another full breath in. Expand the abdomen. Reach the crown tall. Exhale, release the abdomen. Bring the ears over the shoulder. Maintain integrity of the spine. Maybe allowing your yogic breath to arrive. Breathing in fully, expanding the abdomen. Find a little hold at the top. Exhale, fully release the abdomen. Find the origin of the breath. Let all of the air out. Continue breathing just like this. Noticing any thoughts or sensations. And simply allowing awareness to flow back to the breath. The whole body breathing. In Yin, we work with meridians in the body. And the water element is present in the kidney and the bladder meridians. So we'll do some forward folding, some stretching of the back body, compressing of the front body. We'll explore swan and sleeping swan, a little dragon. before making our way to supine and enjoying some gentle twists. So as you're being here breathing, allow for a fluid, cool, calming energy to come in through the nose. And as you exhale, let it wash over your entire being from the inside out. And maybe for this practice, you simply allow awareness to flow, observing sensations, thoughts, and welcoming yourself to meet yourself where you are. And you can release the hands to knees or thighs. Option to release the mudra. And as you're ready, bringing hands to heart center, pressing the palms gently into one another, taking a moment to feel your aliveness. And we'll begin the practice by clearing our space with the sound of Om. We'll inhale fully, exhale fully, and enjoy a single Om, allowing ourselves to experience the vibration from the inside out, letting it wash over us. And you are welcome to participate or to simply receive the vibration of Om, cleansing your space however you'd like. And take a full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale for Om. Option to bring the hands to the middle of the forehead, the space between the brow. Welcoming your whole self to your practice, being through the eyes of love. And gently release the hands down to the knees or maybe down to the side. Flutter the eyes open, letting in one ray of light at a time. Beautiful. We will begin our practice with Satali Pranayama. Satali Pranayama. So this is a cooling pranayama practice, and there are two ways you can explore it. First way is to roll the tongue, to make a little taco tongue. And then you inhale slowly, feel the cool regenerative air filling you up. And then you exhale through the nose, little constriction at the back of the throat, letting the warming, nourishing radiance of the breath wash over you. Now, if you can't roll your tongue, it is all good. Genetically, some folks just don't have that capability. And how we can supplement that is by pursing the lips, like we're drinking through a straw. So if you're going to purse the lips, it's find a little pause at the top. Exhale through the nose. Okay, so we're going to do a full minute of Satali Pranayama, inviting this cooling, regenerative breath, this cooling, regenerative energy to fill us up. So we'll go ahead and begin whenever you're ready. Full breath in through the mouth, pursed lips or tongue. Now, don't worry if your ratio or the length of breath is different from mine or your partner's. Simply allow yourself to slip into the wave of the breath like the waves of an ocean. You're almost there. Cooling energy, inviting the water element into your practice. One more round wherever you are. Exhale, let it go. Take a moment to notice. Tapping into the wellspring of your experience, your pool of vitality. And feeling it undulate in and around you. If you're sitting on a prop, placing it off to the side, keeping it in arm's reach. Coming into tabletop. As you come into tabletop, option to place a blanket or a towel under the knees. Maybe you want to take your blocks and place them under the hands. Really allowing yourself to drop in, to move intuitively. Now, we're not wanting to warm the body here. We're simply moving with the length of our breath, tapping into the sensational body. This fluid energy moving in and around us. So you can shift forward and back in your tabletop. You can barrel roll the chest, sway the hips. Maybe taking a few rounds of really gentle cat-cow. Focus on lengthening the front body, lengthening the spine. And then as you exhale, pressing the earth away. Puffing up the space between the shoulder blades, drawing the abdomen in. However you're moving, inviting the length of the movement to match the wave of the breath, slowing down. And then as you're ready, untuck the toes, sink the hips back, coming into supported child's pose. So this will be our first hold of this practice. In yin, we hold shapes anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. So in my supported child's pose today, I'm going to go toes together, knees wide, and place a bolster in front of myself. You can place blocks under the hands. You can come up onto your bolster if you'd like. You could have toes together, knees together, whatever feels best for you. And once you have your prop situated, take a full breath in. And as you exhale, slowly slide the fingertips forward. Make contact with the earth. Imagine you're a trickle of water stretching across the sand, eventually allowing the whole body to soften in and find support. Now you can stretch the fingers out and away from the body. You can bring the forearms down onto blocks or onto support. Maybe gently rock the head left to right. Get a little third eye massage. And then as you're ready, begin breathing into the back body, using all 4 corners of the lungs. In yin, we embrace the concept of edges. So you may notice as you breathe into this shape, soften and arrive, that you can go a little deeper, a little further. So maybe that means bringing the left or right cheek onto your prop and allowing yourself to fold a little bit further into the shape. And keeping in mind that in yin there is a dynamic stillness. So we're always undulating, we're breathing and receiving. And yet the frame is being supported by the earth. And we'll be in this shape for 3 minutes total, giving ourselves a moment to ground and arrive, maybe softening the hips towards the earth, breathing into the back body. And if you welcomed a cheek to the prop or support beneath you, about halfway through, nice and gentle, with the wave of your breath, just bring the opposite cheek to your prop. About 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Riding the wave of your breath. And take another full, luxurious breath in. Exhale, sigh it out, let it out. If you came to one cheek, slowly bring yourself back through center. Reground through both hands. Flutter the eyes open to orient. And on your breath, begin to walk the hands towards the body. Nice and gentle, nice and slow. Coming up into Thunderbolt or Hero's Pose, just kneeling for a moment with the hands on thighs. Feeling the energy wash over you from the crown of the head all the way down to the soles of the feet. Take your props and place them off to the side, keeping them in arm's reach. Inhale, coming up to tabletop. And exhale, slowly lower down, making your way into Sphinx. In Sphinx pose, we bring the elbows under the shoulders, forearms on the earth, fingertips point forward. Now you can kind of shift the body left and right, and maybe you'll let the toes come in towards one another, heels open up, or maybe you want to bring the feet a little bit wider. Notice the orientation of the thigh bone and how the pelvis is being supported by the earth. Now, if the compression is a little much in the low back, you can walk the elbows out and away from underneath the shoulders. If it's still a little much, you can stack the forearms one on top of the other, parallel to the short edge of your mat, and then release the third eye onto the back of the arms. Now, whichever option you choose, take your time settling in to arrive. Releasing the glutes and hips. Breathing into the low back. Exhaling through the crown of the head. So we did some expansion down and around the kidney meridians, and now we're working with a little compression, so a little yang energy to that watery space. And we'll be here for 3 minutes. Keep in mind your body can melt any place you'd like in your yin practice. In yin, we're experiencing shapes, allowing the earth to support the frame rather than the frame supporting the body. Continue to breathe. Continue to be. If the thinking mind or 3D world try to pull you out of this experience, observe and come right back to the breath. You may notice the chin softening towards the chest, the forehead becoming heavy. It's all good. Allow the shape to unfold. About 30 more seconds here. And keep your focus. Wherever you are, take a full breath in. Full breath out. Flutter the eyes open. Take a moment to orient. If you're in crocodile with forearms crossed, slowly bring the palms to the earth, pressing yourself up into Sphinx. If you're in Sphinx, bring the hands under the shoulders. Take a full breath in. And on an exhale, press yourself all the way up and back to child's pose, a little counter pose, a little rebound. Maybe walking the hands about a half an inch in towards the body and then pressing through the palms to feel the low back and the sacrum release. Full breath in, full breath out. Beautiful. Inhale, coming up to tabletop. And if you have blocks, go ahead and bring your blocks onto your mat. You can use the lowest or medium setting as we set up for a little bit of time spent in Dragon. So Dragon in Hatha or Vinyasa is a low lunge or runner's lunge. And in Yin, it's important that we have the props and support we need to experience the yang energy of these shapes. So I'm going to have my blocks on the medium setting. And I'm going to begin breathing, shifting forwards and back, allowing my momentum to match my breath. Inhale, pressing back. Exhale, moving forward. This time, inhale, pressing back. And as I exhale, I'm going to use momentum to bring my right foot forward. Now, you can do a couple of scoots or shifts. You can go around the world, kind of bring your foot out into the right, and then allowing it to land in front. And from here, checking in that the heel is under the knee and that the hips are squared. So if you notice the right hip coming way forward, maybe just for now, just for getting started, using the supportive props to just notice what it feels like to allow the pelvis to sink in towards the earth in a neutral position as we begin to explore our dragon. Now, if you don't have props, maybe you want to tent up on the fingers. Maybe you want to bring the right hand, to the right thigh. Left hand comes to cover it. And wherever you are, full body breathing, full body breath. If that left knee needs a little extra cushion or support, you can place a folded blanket or a folded towel under that knee, maybe a pillow. Now notice every place your body is in contact with the earth. Any place your body is in contact with support. Find a drishti, a single point of focus for the gaze. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Pelvis heavy. Full breath in. Exhale, begin to scooch the right foot forward. Allow the pelvis to shift forward. Now this is where you can embrace that little bit of length and release down towards the earth. So really allowing the body to become heavy down towards the earth. Trusting the support of your props. And rather focusing on a deep stretch in the quad. Now there may be some sensation there. However, rather than focusing on a deep stretch in the quad, focus on the compression in the right hip. The knee and top of the left foot supported by the earth. The sole of the right foot supported by the earth. And continue to allow the pelvis, the navel, and the heart to soften towards the ground. Now from here, you may heel toe the foot out and to the right a bit. So right foot moves toward the long edge of the mat. Maybe you bring your block into the inside of the right foot. Option to come down onto the forearms. And this is dragon. This is our shape. So we took a lot of time to transition in and arrive. And now that we're here, we'll be here for 3 minutes. And if at any time you need to shift or adjust, it is all good. Maybe you want to interlace the fingers. Maybe you want to bring all 5 fingers to touch. Maybe you want to come back to Jala Mudra, bringing the pinky toward the thumb. Wherever you are, soften the gaze. Close down the eyes. And trusting your fluid energy body to settle in to the earth beneath you. 2 more minutes here. Maybe the chin softens to the chest. Maybe the third eye becomes heavy. If at any time sensations becomes a little much, listen and meet yourself where you are. One more minute. Soften the brow, the micro muscles around the eyes, release the jaw. Breathe. Deep ocean breathing. Ten more seconds here. Release and let go. Flutter the eyes open to orient. Slowly shift the hips back, not all the way, just up and back, pressing through the elbows, pressing through the palms. Take your time coming to upright. Slowly bring the right hand and right prop to the pinky's edge of the right foot as you heel toe the right foot back to center. Take a full breath in. And on an exhale, bring the right knee back to meet the left. Sink your hips back. You can leave your props where you are, coming into Thunderbolt. So coming into kneeling. And resting here for a moment, you can bring hands to thighs. You can find Jala Mudra, bringing the pinky to thumb. As mudra for the water element. And soften the gaze or close down the eyes. And take inventory, scan the body, right side to left. Notice how energy is flowing, how you feel. And as you're ready, flutter the eyes open, take a moment to orient. Shift onto the hips and extend the legs out in front of you. You can shift left, shift right, move your gift away from your seat. And now we're going to come into a half straddle. So extending the left foot out and away from the body, sole of the right foot comes in towards the root of the thigh. I'm going to bring my bolster out in front of me. Option to tent up on the fingers on either side of the hips. Inhale, grow nice and tall in the spine. And then on the exhale, soften the chin to chest, round into the shoulders. Bring the forearms to your prop, gently fold. Folding down through center. And paying attention to the left heel, the knee joint, the left hip and low back. And just taking a moment to flush out the back body, to neutralize the extension in the left hip with a little compression. Another 2 minutes here. And soften the gaze. Close down the eyes. And breathe. Ten more seconds here. And as you're ready, flutter the eyes open to orient. Inhale, fill the lungs. Moving with your breath, slowly bring yourself all the way up. You can place your props off to the side. Plant the hands behind you. Place the soles of the feet on the earth, knees point up towards the sky. And nice and gently windshield wiper the knees left to right. Fleshing out the hips. Just bringing a little movement, a little nourishment to that joint capsule. Beautiful. As you're ready, transition back to tabletop. And we'll prepare for our dragon sequence on the left side. So having your blocks ready, you can do the medium or highest setting, whatever feels best for you. And then beginning in tabletop, begin to move with the breath. Inhale, sink back. Exhale, coming forward. Inhale, sink back, linking breath and momentum. Exhale, coming forward. This time, inhale, sink back. And as you exhale, use momentum to bring the left foot forward. And to begin, have the left heel underneath the left knee. Bring the pelvis to neutral and feel the pelvis weighted towards the earth. Feel yourself surrender to gravity. Maybe you want to walk the right leg a little bit further back. And again, not so much focusing on the stretch in the quad. There may be sensation there, but really focusing on the pelvis melting towards the earth, the abdomen softening, the support of the earth under the sole of the left foot. Breathing into this shape. And then as you're ready, begin to heel toe the left foot towards the long edge of your mat. Bring the left hand and prop to the inside edge of the left foot. You've arrived in your dragon. And once you're here, take a moment to notice, kind of soften into the shape. Become aware of sensation. Dragon is a yang shape in our yin practice. We'll be here for 3 minutes, just like on the other side. Since you've been here before, I'm going to invite you to drop right in, to soften the gaze, close down the eyes, using the wave of your breath to invite a cooling, fluid energy. I'm here watching the time. Continue to be. Continue to breathe. One more minute here. Soften the brow. Unclench the jaw. And breathe. Ten more seconds. Beautiful. Flutter the eyes open to orient. Lift the gaze. Sink the hips back gently, not all the way, as you come up onto the palms. Heel toe the left foot back through center. Take a moment to neutralize the pelvis. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. And as you exhale, bring the left knee back to meet the right. Sink the hips back. bringing yourself into Thunderbolt, into kneeling. You can join the thumb and pinky finger, adding the mudra for water. And soften the gaze or close down the eyes. And scan the body from left to right. And as you're ready, flutter the eyes open, shifting onto the hips. Sweep the legs out in front of you. Preparing for half straddle on the other side, this time bringing the sole of the left foot in towards the root of the thigh and extending the right leg out and away from you, out and off your mat. And from there, we'll take our bolster or our props out in front of ourselves, give ourselves a little support. Option to tentum on the fingers on either side of the hips. Inhale, lift the sternum, broaden the collarbones, reach through the crown. And then on an exhale, soften chin to chest, maybe the shoulders round in, and nice and gently melt forwards. And once you arrive, take a moment to settle in. Notice where you've landed, and then fully surrender into the shape. Thirty more seconds here. And as you're ready, flutter the eyes open to orient. Take a full breath in. Moving with your breath, slowly rise up. Bring the heart over the hips, the head over the heart. You can place your prop off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and move my blocks also. I know I said we were going to do sleeping swan, but that hour just went by so quickly. We're going to prepare ourselves for coming into supine, doing our twists, our final shape. So you can plant the hands behind you, soles of the feet on the earth, knees point up towards the sky, gently windshield wiper the knees, flush out that hip joint. Maybe you want to stretch the legs long, point and flex the toes. Maybe inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze. And on an exhale, gently coming back through center. Take your time, lowering all the way down to supine. Bringing the backs of the hands to the earth, palms shine up towards the sky. Slowly bring the soles of the feet in towards the body, knees point up towards the sky. You can lift and lower the pelvis. Feel the sacrum softening towards the earth. We're bringing the knees in towards the chest. Gently rock left to right. And then walk the hips away from the shoulders. Feel the spine grow long. Bring the ears over the shoulders and take a few moments in center, coming into cradle. So hands are on shins or hamstrings. Knees drawing in towards the chest, and just breathe here for a moment or two. The undulation of breath, nourishing the body from the inside out. This always feels like giving my hips a little hug. So maybe you imagine just giving your hips a little hug, a little squeeze. Maybe bending into the elbows and drawing the legs a little bit closer to the body. Take a full breath in, full breath out, full breath in. This time, keep a bend in the elbows. Release the backs of the hands to the earth. Palms shine up towards the sky. So the hands release on either side of the head. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, release the knees to the right, stacking the left hip on top of the right. Knees can come in towards the body for a little more sensation, or maybe they begin to parallel towards the hips. You can place a prop between the thighs. You can inhale, pick the head up and over to the right, and then release the gaze to the left. Wherever you are, breathing fully into the navel. Exhale, feel the whole body unwind. Just a minute 30 on either of these twists, just a little flush. Beautiful. Flutter the eyes open. If the gaze is to the left, inhale, bring the gaze back to neutral, back of the head on the earth. Inhale, knees through center. Use momentum to arrive. Shift left and right. Walk the hips away from the shoulders to reset the pelvis, to lengthen the spine. And take a moment in center. Inhale fully. Exhale, knees to the left, right hip stacking on top of the left. Taking the same option you took on the other side, or anything else this side needs. Option to inhale the head up and over to the left, releasing the gaze to the right. Breathing into navel center. On the exhale, receive the shape. One more minute here. If the gaze is to the right, inhale, bring it back to neutral. You take a moment. As you're ready, slowly bring the knees back through center. You can release the soles of the feet to the earth, lift and lower the hips, neutralize the pelvis. Take a full breath in, and as you exhale, extend the legs long, mats with distance, heels are heavy, pinky's edge of the foot releases towards the earth. You can keep the hands where they are, or maybe you want to extend the arms long, stretching away from either side of the body. You can walk the shoulder blades away from one another. Palms up, fingers soften, coming into Shavasana. And soften the gaze or close down the eyes. Imagine the breath bathing the body in regenerative, cooling energy. And taking the next minute to allow the practice to integrate and absorb, to soften and relax. You can continue to be in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. If your body is calling for more rest, I invite you to give yourself that gift. However, if you're needing to move on from this practice to the next, take your time coming back. Maybe inhale for a full body stretch. Exhale, let it go. And when you're ready, come to side lying. Taking a moment to bask in your glow. When you're ready, bringing the opposite hand to the earth. Taking a full breath in, and on an exhale, bringing yourself up into a comfortable seat. Heart over the hips, head over the heart. Option to inhale the hands to heart center. Take a moment to feel your aliveness. Thank yourself for taking this time, for sharing your practice. Option to inhale the hands to the middle of the forehead, the space between the brow, the space of seeing, of knowing. May you continue to know your worth by seeing yourself through the eyes of love. Thank you for sharing your practice. My name is Julia, from my heart to yours. Take care. Be well.